Hey guys, Paradox here, and welcome back to Paradox Tutorials. And if you haven't noticed, I've changed my name from Liam This Programming to Paradox Tutorials. Just cause, alright. So in today's video, we're going to be making a scoring system and the ability to switch colors by touching a object. The reason I haven't uploaded for the past month is simply because I am lazy. Alright. But I have imported two sprites, SPR color switch and SPR star. When we touch the star object, we're going to get one plus one score, and when we touch this color switch object, we're going to switch colors. It's pretty self-explanatory, and yeah. So let's get right into it. First of all, we're going to make the color switch object. And I also forgot, last video I gave you guys a challenge, and that was to make it so when the player left the view, the player died. If you haven't done that already, the answer is this. So if x is greater than y view plus h view, and then die. Alright. The reason there's no brackets of that is because we only have one view, and it doesn't make a difference. If you had multiple views for like a split screen, then that's when I start using the array and stuff to make sure I'm not getting mixed up. But here we go. So what we want to do is of course go into the create event and center it in the room, because we want to make sure that the all the objects in the room are centered so they all line up perfectly. And after the real magic, when we collide with the player object, what we're gonna do is randomize. So it's gonna choose it's just gonna make everything random, because what we want to do is choose a color. So we're gonna find the previous color, and that is equal to player.color, and our new color is equal to choose yellow, blue, pink, and purple. So the reason we did randomize is to make sure we get a random number, a random one every single time. Otherwise, it's just going to give us the same ones over and over again. For example, if we didn't have this here, the first one will always give us yellow, the third one will always give us pink, the fourth one will always give us purple. If we do randomize, it'll make sure every single time is a little bit more random. Alright, so you want to make sure that when you change colors. Alright, so I quickly commented it out for you, and they hit my mic. I quickly commented it all out for you. And so basically what this bit of code here is checks if the previous color is equal to new color. So if previous color is equal to new color, change it. If previous color is still equal to new color, change it. Alright, so it's just going to keep changing and changing until we don't have the same color anymore. So they're not the same. So we can never be blue and then become blue again. We're always going to go from blue to yellow, blue to pink, purple to blue. We're always going to change. We're never going to stay the same color. Alright, the next we're going to change the player. Change the player's color by doing player.color equals new color, and then we just want to destroy this instance so we can't change the color more than once. Let's quickly put one of these in our rooms and see if it works. Alright, so color switch, just put that right here and see what happens when you run the game. Alright, so blue, if we touch it, we get an error. So it says push execute error, variable get prev colors, and then it shows us the line where it is. So instead of copy and pasting this error into the comment section below, I want you guys to learn something from this. If it says variable get and then gives you the variable name here, that means the variable you reference doesn't exist. For example, prev colors does not exist. That's why we're getting this error. It's going execution error, variable get. It can't find the variable, it can't get the variable, therefore it doesn't know what you're talking about, then it just crashes. So if you ever see an error message like this, there's the variable get, it simply means you didn't define the variable. It doesn't exist. So you could simply have a typo like I did with an S, and there's not meant to be an S. So if we go into color switch, and quickly remove the S from here. So it's prev color instead of previous color, prev colors. It should work. Now let's run the game again. So when we touch it, we should change colors. I know, pink. As you see, we do change colors, and it does work. As a matter of fact, see, we also became a blue one, like instead of the one we had last time. And because of this, we want to go quickly and just make this sea white, just to make it that little bit cooler. So when we start off white, and then we touch one of the color switches and become a different color. Of course, you can keep that line of code in there. I just prefer it to be like that. Alright, now for the next bit, we're going to make the scoring system. So what we want to do is make a new variable, a new object called game manager. And inside the game manager, we want to make a global variable. Global var score equals 0. So this is making a global variable. And what a global var is basically means every time you type score, it will reference this. Instead of going global.score, you can just type score, and it does the same thing. I prefer using global variables just because I didn't like typing global out, but when I do use them, I make sure I use some sort of convention, and that's all caps and underscores. That just means it's a global variable. Alright, so now we've got the game manager in it. What we want to do is make a new room called room init, which is the same dimensions with the 360 by 640. I'm going to pop this game manager room in there, and here I'm going to call it room init, of course. And then in the creation code, we're going to go to next. So what this does is it just makes this variable, it just defines all the variables in the game manager and then moves on to the next room. We also want to make that persistent. It's going to control more things in the future. That's just in case we make a menu or whatever, we can access variables from there from the menu. It's just a common thing a lot of people use, I'm pretty sure. Next, we're going to actually implement the scoring system, and that's what that thing was about. And what I'm going to do is make a star variable, make the star, so that's score star. And basically what this does is just when you touch it, it gives you a score. You're going to what was it? Touch the player. Touch the player, score plus plus instance destroy. I also want to add a simple effect, and so what we're going to do is instance create x, y, and score plus. You'll see what this does when we make it, and it's a really cool effect you can add to your games. It's really cool. Score plus, and what we want to do is, let me remember how to make one of these. Alright, so we're going to create define quite a few variables. Color equals cy, so this is the color we want the thing to be. Speed equals 1, and fric for friction. This basically means, you know, it's gonna slow down over time. That's how fast it's gonna slow down over time. So it gives us a sort of smooth look. Fade speed equals 0.06. So it's gonna fade out and stuff like that. Cool. And then in the step event, what we're going to do is speed minus equals fric, and then y minus equals speed. So that means speed is gonna get slower, meaning it's gonna move slower and stuff like that. And what we're gonna do is if fric is less than or equal to 0, if speed is less than or equal to 0, then image alpha minus equals fade speed, and if image alpha is less than or equal to 0, instance destroy. So we're going to quickly comment this out. So this is what the code does, if you're wondering. So let's go into our draw event, and this is what is probably the most important part of this thing actually. Draw set color. So we want to make sure the what the fuck color is equal to white, and then we're going to set the alignment variables, the text alignments, to center, and middle. So this usually centers the text. If you're interested in what any of these functions do, actually, you can middle click on the function, and it tells you what it does and all that stuff. So we're just making it middle, so it's in the middle of the text, if you're wondering. And then what we're going to do is draw a set alpha, image alpha. So this is how transparent it's going to be. And draw text xy, and this is going to be +1. Draw set color. Then we should set everything back to its defaults. I normally have a function that does this all for me, so I don't have to type it out every single time. Just so when I'm, using variables, draw events in other objects, I kind of expect the alignment always be left and top, and the alpha to always be 1. So whenever I'm working on other draw events, I always expect these to be the defaults I'm working with, and I can always change them. But whenever I'm done, I always make sure I change them back, just to be sure. That's just me. A lot of people might not do that. Alright, and the final thing is, I forgot I should have done earlier, is probably draw the score on the screen. So what we're going to do is view x view plus 30 view y view plus y view plus 30 to 32, and then I'm going to do score plus string score. That's just going to draw a score onto the screen. Of course, we're going to make this equal to white. We want to make the text white, and I'm going to change it back to black afterwards. Alright. Now, theoretically, it should all be working now. Let's give it a try. How long has it been going for? 13 minutes. I felt more like 20 actually. Alright, so let's see. We can touch it. We change color, and one thing I also forgot stupidly was in base obstacle. When you're making all the objects, you want to make a score object, so we can actually score. So every time we go inside the obstacle, we're going to level up. We're going to not level up, get a 1+ score, I guess. So with a score object, when we touch it, as you can see, we should probably make that depth a little bit higher so you can actually see it. So let's make the depth. What the hell am I doing? -20. And now let's see if it. Actually, what we're going to do is just this else. So if speed is greater than 0, then we're going to move. Otherwise, just stay still and don't move at all, because that's kind of what I'm going for. So it goes up, slowly stops, and fades out. Alright, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would highly appreciate it if you went ahead, left a like, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm going to be trying to get back into this more weekly, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.